Hey guys, MUR-LOCK 68 here. Hope everybody's doing well. In a recent video I demonstrated a few different techniques that are possible to use on any lock really, but most likely on the cheaper Chinese locks. So today I'm bringing back another lock which is branded Bedai. Although it's not marked, I think it's Chinese made, and by looking at the key it has this exact same key and print number as the Alpha, so it may be made in the same factory under a different name. So we're going to try a couple of techniques, see, and also just want to explain that the techniques may not work on every lock, and they're mitigating factors as to why it may or may not work. So first things first, I'm going to try a few different techniques, and then I'll attempt to explain why I think that it didn't work. So let's start with the SPP, and we'll go from there. So let's see what we got here. It's a 5-pinner. 5, 4, 3, there we go. So we got that open pretty quick. Not surprising. So let's try, for example, in the previous one, although I didn't do it on camera, I attempted to do the bypass from the core and it did not work. I tried for a while, so we're going to try this one today. What I'm doing is I'm inserting this. I want to show that this one here only has one pawl, one cutout on the shackle instead of two. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press this up against the pins, go all the way up, and see if I can find that pawl. And there we go. We'll demonstrate that again. And again, it doesn't work on every lock. So that's one for this one that did not work on the previous one. One pawl, you'd think, okay, well, it's shimmable. I think I can get a shim in here, so let's try that. I've got a few things ready in case the application presents itself. Okay, so I've got the shim going in, and it stops in its tracks, so sometimes I like to rotate it in the opposite direction. And it's not going. Let's see if I can get it from up top. And I was able to get it from up top. So you want to be careful not to force the shim because you're going to break it. They're made very thin for a reason, so you can actually get around that corner, but I could not get around either corner, left or right, but I was able to get it from the top. And the reason I was able to get it from the top, not sure you're going to see it, is it was just enough. If that pawl was just a little more advanced forward, it would not have worked. So that's another technique there. So we were able to shim it there. Let's try a couple of rakes. Let's go with a worm rake. And it's going to be a raking technique only, back and forth. Okay, and that got it open pretty quick. Let's try a different rake, and we'll use again the raking technique only. Pretty much. Now we're going to go in with the L rake and we're going to rock it and see how that works. So basically we're just going to rock it up and down. Same result. Okay. What else we have here? The zipping technique. Let's see if we can zip it. It does not work on all locks for a lot of reasons, especially if you have security pins, which you don't have here. But let's see if we can get into this one using the zipping technique. You want to have that light tension. And as you can see, it's fighting pretty good against the zip. And if I have the key here, I think I'm going to explain to you why. I mean, if I took... We're going to call that a no for now. And I'm going to show you the key. And you've got a couple of... Take a look at that pin there. First two are very low, and you've got high set pins there. They could defeat that attempt on the zip. So we're going to leave that aside. And we'll come in with the little snake rake and see if that gets it. Okay, so the snake rake worked as well. So that's, well, let's see here. I don't know if this one is shielded or not. Let's see. Got a brand new shim ready just in case I was able to get it in. It looks like it might have a lip on it. Let's see. Oh, maybe not. Difficult. Well, you know what? It went in a bit, so let's see what happens here. I'm going to try the rake both ways, so this way first and see if I can advance it, then I'll know right away. Yeah, that shim is moving. It's definitely advancing slowly. You don't want to go too hard, because you're going to end up bending the shim. Okay, we're definitely not open yet. Okay, so I'm just going to pull that out just a little bit. I'm going to switch this over. If your shim is not advancing, you got to be very careful. You might have it banging up against one of those pins, and it can't advance because you've already bent the shim. So I don't feel it advancing. Nope. So I'm going to pull it out just a little bit and try again. That last pin is still fighting me, so let's see where we're at. Yeah, stuck on that last pin, so it's just gonna wiggle it around a little bit. Just trying to advance past that last pin. Now again, this is just to show that the technique works. It may not be the quickest. And as you can see, there you go. So we're able to get that. So, what didn't work here? The zipping. Just gonna lock that up. This core is a little bit sticky. I'm thinking that the zipping technique did not work on this particular lock, simply because of the bitting, the angle of the pins, but I'm sure that if I played with this long enough I could get it. I think what's going to happen is you have to come out a little bit on the high end, and it's still fighting it. So as a rapid entry technique, I would definitely move on from that. Again, because the thing is, you want to get in early. So as far as this lock's concerned, I'm going to change the name on it. Because it can't stay closed. And it's time for Betty Bye. Stay well, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. Any questions or comments? Always appreciated. Stay well. And we'll see you at the next one. Patience, practice, perseverance. Thanks for your support, guys.